Joy, stay with us because we're going to be joined in our discussion now from Houston by Caitlin Cash. She's one of the 20 women who sued the state of Texas over the Texas abortion ban. Caitlin, you're at the event tonight. You were included in that video that the vice president showed in the middle of her speech. What should the audience know about what you have suffered as a result of this Texas abortion ban?
I think what's really important for women everywhere to understand is that these bans impact every aspect of reproductive health care. For me, my journey, I went through a lot of different things. I had a baby with a genetic anomaly, and I had to flee the state to get an abortion. I had a miscarriage. I couldn't get the medication I needed. And after my daughter was born, I needed a DNC to remove my placenta after my daughter was born. And I was delayed care and almost died. So what women need to understand is these are not just bans about unwanted pregnancies. These are bans on your health care.
Caitlin, what did it feel like to be there tonight? Most of the people in our audience live in states where the campaign is never going to come and there's never going to be a rally. What was it like to be in that audience of 30,000 tonight?
It was truly inspiring. And honestly, it is the first time that I have really felt seen as an American and as a woman in 3 years. I have done so much work to try to get my state to change their laws. And at every point, they tell me the law is fine and that they are okay with women almost dying. And so to have Kamala come here tonight and to say that she sees us and that she cares was just, it's undescribable to know that we are seen.
In her speech, the vice president said that Texas, quote, is ground zero in the fight for reproductive freedom. That includes, she included some of the reasons that Joy Reid just mentioned. Joy Reid quoted some of what the vice president said about the Texas law, which includes the possibility of life in prison for doctors and other medical personnel. And so Texas and its position here is why this was a single issue speech tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I've had multiple doctors that look at me with tears in their eyes because they want to be able to give me care that they haven't been able to give me. And it's just horrific that we are punishing these medically trained doctors for trying to do what they know is best. It doesn't make any sense.
I want to bring Joy Reid into this discussion that we're having with Caitlin Cash, who is at the venue in Houston, Texas. And Joy, we heard the vice president say something, let me just say, I think is very important. She said, men of America don't want this. She stressed how much men support her on this position, support Caitlin in what she's trying to achieve.
No, absolutely. Because, I mean, I think that thinking about abortion as just a woman's issue forgets that women who are in crisis pregnancies have loved ones, have husbands, have children. You know, they're leaving behind. If women die, they could be leaving behind a son. They're leaving behind a spouse. You know, just this statistic alone, Lawrence, Texas maternal mortality rate is up 56% compared to an increase of 11% nationwide since the end of Roe. We're talking about women dying, and that is a deprivation to their entire family. Abortion is not just an issue for women. It's also about men. It's also about men who have a wife or a spouse that has an ectopic pregnancy, as you said, a wanted pregnancy. It's not just about elective abortion or even abortions through the tragedy of rape or incest. It's about just basic health care. When we were there, the OBGYN that was at the table with Vice President Harris was talking about how many doctors are leaving. Vice President Harris talked about the fact that if doctors leave the state, that means that no one can get any kind of health care when it comes to OBGYN care or women's health care at all. So these are family issues. And so Texas unfortunately is at the front line of depriving women of a right that Republicans would like to see deprived for every woman in this country. And so it is really important, I think, that the vice president came in a big way to do a single issue speech to say this has to stop so that the whole country doesn't become just like Texas.
Caitlin Cash, the vice president, made a very important point, which was also a good line, where she talked about Texas is trying to get people's medical records if they go to other states. The vice president said Donald Trump won't release his medical records, but he wants your medical records. And that is a reality for people in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Our attorney general has made it very clear that he is going to use everything in his power to go after women that have done this, including our medical records. And it just makes no sense. I mean, again, you talked about this being an issue for men. I remember as they dragged me out to go to surgery, looking at my husband holding my hour-old baby and wondering if I was ever going to see him again and how he was going to parent without me. And that's what he thought for the 2 hours that I was gone and in the operating room. Is how am I going to raise our 6-year-old without my wife? How are we going to raise this new baby without my wife? I mean, it's all ludicrous. It doesn't make any sense. And it's not about protecting unborn life. It is about controlling women's bodies and forcing birth regardless of the circumstances.
Caitlin Cash, I am very sorry for everything that Donald Trump and the Texas government has put you through. Thank you very much for joining us tonight and sharing your important story with us.
Thank you so much for amplifying my story and for helping me tell America. I appreciate it.
Thank you.